one perfect solution, but there are clues that will try to trick our team.
Hello there, everyone. My name is Crazy Caleb, and long time no see. Today we're going to be taking a look at another KTANE modded module, and today's tutorial, which I'm happy to say that I'm going to be going back to, is going to be Symmetry Shuffle. So let me turn down the audio a tiny bit, a little bit more. And what we're going to be taking a look at is a new Speaking Evil module that was recently released. So I'm going to be doing tutorials a little bit less often from now on, but I'm still going to be making them on my own time. So I felt the need to cover this one today. So this one is Symmetry Shuffle. This was released about a week back or so, and it's a fairly simple mod to do, and it actually isn't too bad. So on this module, what we have here is we have 5 symbols displayed at the top. Some will be sort of playing cards like spades, diamonds, there will be hearts, and there will be clubs, of course, and some of them are going to be a little bit different. We've got some shields, we've got like crosses, and we've got partial diamonds, and we've got cups. So these symbols, I think, are a couple from Match'em, Cruel Match'em, I believe. So that's probably where these are coming from. Now, due to the sake of not wanting to do white mode here, because it will blind you, like so, like I just showed you there, we're going to be taking a look at this via dark mode, and I'm sorry that the symbols are not as easy to see, but hopefully you guys can be able to follow along with me on that. So what our goal is we're trying to be navigating these 5 symbols down to one of these correct positions in the manual. So there's only one combination with each of the 5 shapes exactly, but not in the exact order. So therefore, what we need to do is we need to find the correct pattern in the manual, and that's the endpoint. That's where these tubes, that's where these little symbols are going to follow the tubes down to the bottom here, and that's the order that they need to end up in. So let's figure out our symbols here. And the way I like to do it is I like to count how many red symbols are actually present, so that I can just make it easy and sort of filter on, because there's a lot of combinations here that we have. And we have the diamond, the cross, and I believe that that's it. Yeah, so the diamond and the cross are the only red symbols. So there's only 2 red symbols, so we can actually filter this pretty quickly. We don't have any clubs. The diamonds and the cross, we got no clubs. So let's find that correct pattern. No, there's no shield. Diamond and cross. Diamond cross, and then we have the partial diamond, and we've got the spade, and we have the club, the cup. Excuse me. So these are the positions that we must take these symbols from the top, and they must end at these positions at the bottom. So it has to be part, spade, cup, diamond, and cross. And now this module itself is fairly simple to do. It might be a little bit lengthy, and it might take a little bit of getting used to, and it might take a little bit of BOGO sorting, which it actually will. But overall, it is a fairly simple module. So on the right here, we have a series of buttons that's going to be performing a series of different transformations. So the first 2 is going to swap these top 2 tubes here. And that's what's going to happen. Likewise, the bottom one will swap the bottom 2. And then what's going to happen with these 2 middle ones is going to be probably the most important stuff of this module. One basically flips it horizontally, flips the middle 2 horizontally, and one flips it vertically. Like so. So the best way that I recommend doing this is I recommend simply focusing on one symbol at a time. Because if we figure out one symbol and it happens to work, we want to check the other symbols then to see if it works as well. Otherwise, we continue just finding a path that works for the first symbol. That's kind of the way that I recommend doing it. So, of course, feel free to figure out some other way if you want to. But that's pretty much the easy way that I figured it out. There might be a better way to do it, but handling all of these different transformations that might happen is a lot to handle in your brain, and it might just be better to do it visually. So what we're going to do is taking a look at the spade. The spade needs to end up in the 2nd position at the bottom. So let's try and see if we can figure out a path that ends at the 2nd position at the bottom. So when we follow this path here, it goes down from 1 to 5, then 5 back to 1, then 1 to 3. Unfortunately, that's not the way that we want to go. So maybe let's try swapping the first 2 with the second 2. Let's see if that changes anything. So 1st to 5th, 5th to 2nd, and then down to the second by itself, because that's just a straight shot down right there. So that does go to the second position. Now let's check and see if the other ones go to their correct positions as well. So next up, the cup needs to go to the third position. So 2 goes down, stays at 2. 2 goes to 1 in the middle, and 1 goes to 3 off into the middle, which is actually perfect. So that's exactly right. Next up, we have the partial diamond. The partial diamond needs to end up in the first position. Straight down, and then it goes to the first position, which is correct. I like my odds right now. The cross needs to end up in the fifth position. So we got straight down, and over to here, which is the fifth position. Okay. And the diamond, therefore, logically has to go to the fourth position. So 5 to 1, 1 to 5, 5 to 4. So we have the path, and that was actually a really easy example to get. So what's going to happen now is we simply need to press this switch over to the right side here. A beautiful switch, by the way. And we see that these are following a specific path that they were given. And just like that is a solved module. So that's what they do. It's a very nice solve animation, I gotta say. And it's very satisfying to watch happen. Overall, that's all that there is to that mod. So let's have a look at one more example. We got really lucky with that one, but there could be other times where you have one symbol that matches, but the other ones don't. And I've had that happen plenty of times. Also, I need to get rid of this because this is from my Zulu Bravo attempt earlier today. So let's have a look at one more example, and let's see what we can do with it. But yeah, so there is some form of expert communication that needs to happen with this module, because of the fact that you won't know exactly what the answer is. So the top is the symbols present, the bottom is where the symbols need to be, which is in the manual. So let's have a look. So next up, we've got diamond, shield, spade, club, cross. So there's 3 red symbols here. So diamond, shield, and cross are the 3 red symbols. So let's find that. So 3, 3, 3. We don't have hearts. No heart. No heart. No heart. Diamond, shield, heart. We don't have heart. No, 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 no. Diamond, shield, cross. Here we go. Yeah. Cross, spade, shield, club, and diamond. Yep. So that's what we got here. So now, let's try and figure out where we can go. So we know that for a fact we have to get the diamond off to 5. So let's see if we can make that happen. So let's check our initial position. That's a very important thing to do. So we've got the diamond, which is going to go from 1 to 3, 3 to 2, and 2 to 5. Okay, it is going to 5, but I imagine that there's going to be something wrong with this. The shield needs to go to 3. So let's go 2 to 4, 4 straight down, and then 4 to 2. Yeah, that is not correct. So in this case, this is a perfect example of the first one being right and the others being wrong. So let's have a look and let's see what we can do to change things up a little bit. So maybe what we can do is we can perhaps flip the middle one vertically here. So let's go 2 to 4. No, that's still going to go down to 2. That doesn't change anything. So maybe let's swap these two and give it a vertical flip and go here. Let's give that a try. So bam, 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 bam. And in this case, the diamond actually gets messed up here because it goes 1 to 3, 3 to 2, and a 2 to 4. So in this case, we need to go back to making sure. And this is going to be the part where we're going to have to bogo sort a little bit. So maybe let's try just messing around with this because this is not the easiest one to do. So let's swap these two maybe. Let's give you maybe a horizontal flip at some point. And let's try this. 1 to 5, 5 to 3, 3 to 1. No, definitely not. Let's maybe flip this horizontally again. 1 to 5, 5 to 2, 2 to 5. Okay. Shield 2 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 3. Okay, that could be good. So the spade now needs to go into the second position. So 3 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 2. Okay, here we go. 4 to 4, 4 to 1, 1 to 4. Perfect. And then that means the cross has to go in the first position. 5 to 1, 1 to 3, 3 to 1. We'll hit that switch. Watch the satisfying solve animation take place. And there we go. Just like that is a solve module. That was another really, really lucky one. I'll be honest with you. I was kind of just bullshitting my way through it. But yeah, that basically is how the mod works. You kind of just BOGO sort it basically, and then you can solve the mod. That's all there is to it. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to stay crazy, stay cool, and it's good to be back. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.